half of the video is now on the right hand side of the bed. So we are now 39 right and 1 right. I am taking off the sinker plate, putting on the connecting arm. Moving my ribber up, going to 0, 0, connecting them, using my 1x1 ruler, scale, pusher, whatever you want to call it, and I'm pushing needles out of work. And I'm putting needles into work. I am now going to load up my waste yarn and I'm going to cast on. Now, one of the things I forgot was that my needles cannot be in E or D position, so back down to B they go. Old habits die hard. Okay. Everything is good. Putting in my yarn. Holding on to the end. Knitting across. Everything is good. So half of this bed would be around 25. So as long as your center mark on your ribber comb is around center of what you're working on, you'll be fine. I'm putting on 2 barrel weights. And that's right, 2 of the big ones. Okay, we are now setting up for circular. I want it to knit on the ribber, going to the left, and not knit on the main bed, going to the left. Going right to tension 4, 4, knitting across, seeing what we get. Looks good. Out of part, knitting across. Looks good. Into part, knitting across. Okay, we are good. Everybody's knitting. I'm gonna do a few rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what I've noticed is I didn't go far enough over for number 39 here. I have to make a conscious effort to do that. Okay, I did the same thing on that side. So make sure when finishing your edge that you go far enough over. I'm putting in my pressers now. Taking a deep breath. Cutting my yarn. It's now going to stay off to the side until we need it. I'm now going to transfer all of these stitches upward. And then hang our piece on the right hand side onto the needles. So I'll pause until I'm at that point. All right, so now we can unlock the sinker plate. Okay, connecting arm. Lower our ribber. Make sure that nothing is caught in the pressers. Take a deep breath. Now, we want to hang the piece from underneath. We have these last stitches. I'm going to hang those first. So right into the hole, and just hang them all on the main bed. You're going to try and leave your waste yarn behind and only grab the stitch that you need. Try your best not to pull these too far out, because you don't want to have to deal with them twice. Although half of them you will deal with twice, because you're going to have to transfer them onto the ribber. I think you kind of get the idea. So we're going to go all the way down to the neck split. All right, we're getting towards the end here. Trying not to grab that waste yarn. Sometimes you can pull the waste yarn and it'll split over the needle. Sometimes you can't. We're almost at the end. Oh, there's so much pressure over here. Not sure what's keeping it. My goodness. Not sure what is interfering here. So I just flip that over. I think my waste yarn was actually getting caught on my ribber comb. Okay, this is 0 right here. My goodness, even my ring just got caught on my needle. Okay, we are now out. Okay, let's take a good look. I found that this was bunching up a little bit, so triangle weight toward the bottom, pulling it down, stabbing it in, just to keep those weighed down while I transfer. I already know I'm going to need to transfer these two, these two, these two, these ones, these ones, these ones, these ones. All right. I'm going to load up my gray while I'm here. Yarn clip. Lifting it. Putting my carriage on tension 6 and tension 6 on the ribber, making sure everything's in knitting position. Deep breath, and now I'm going to transfer all of those stitches that I brought forward. I think you get the idea. I will pause this and come back. Okay, so a little bit of a change of plans here. I've taken the pressers out. I am going to bring needles forward for the main bed. And I'm going to bring that last stitch upward and knit it manually. I think it might be important to do that. All right. So here goes nothing. Row 61 again, knitting across. Tension 6. Okay, so that last one didn't knit off because we had it in hold. Manually knitting it. Now putting the pressers back in. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm going far enough on the edge so that my presser has time to reverse. Everything looks really good. I'm now going to knit row 62. Oh, 63, sorry. Okay, everything looks awesome this time. I need to make sure that I have weight on that first stitch, which I do now. 4 rows to go. So let's just let it knit normally and see what happens. I'm not seeing any reason to panic except for that first stitch. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But we cannot bring it out any further than B because of the pressers. And look at that, it's time to decrease. So we are decreasing from 0 towards 39. So here we go. If you don't have a double prong transfer, then you just transferring the last couple stitches. 1, 2. Now those are positive, these ones are negative. Now, last time we had a little bit of an issue. So I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to put my 7 weight up onto those stitches and let it weigh it down. And then this one also is a purl stitch or a negative stitch. All right. Big stress. Here we go. Knitting across. Looks good. This is row 68 going to row 69. 5 more rows to go. This is 71, 72, 73, up, up, over, and down. Over and down. Make sure nothing's still in work. I'm not moving up the 7 weight. I'm just going to leave it where it is, and it'll just help keep the enough weight on that piece. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Decreasing again. This one goes on top of this one. This one comes up. Okay. Now we are going to knit another 6 rows and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything's looking good. 1 more makes 7. Decreasing again. So this one comes up. This one comes over. This one comes over. And then this one goes back down. Row 87 going to row 88, knitting across. Everything is looking really good. Watch out for that. (92), 93. 94 is another decrease. So what I can do, move this one over, move this one over, that goes down, and this one goes on its place. Okay, taking a risk, but we're going to go with it. We're now at row 95. 96, 97, 98, 99, 100 and 101. These both go up. This one goes over. This one goes over and down. Everything is good. Row 102. Row 106, 107, 108, we do another decrease. So as you can see, if you only have a single prong or the double eye, you can do the decreases as well. Not a big deal. You just got to work a little harder. There are no more decreases on this piece. We're now going to knit the rest of the piece. Oh, I have a yarn barb. 1 second, please. Alrighty, so this is row 109, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 115. We're now going to cut a generous tail. This is actually the end of the ball right here. So that's not bad. One ball of this yarn did this entire piece. I think that's pretty amazing. We're just going to take it out for now. We will use this for seaming the pieces together. Cool beans. That's not bad for what's left from the first ball. Moving this out of the way. Now we're going to transfer everything up and then remove it on waste yarn, just like we did the other side. I think you get the idea of this. And we'll come back when it's all on the main bed. All right, last few stitches. And now we're going to lower the ribber. In order to do that, we need to release the ribber. So how we do that, push up on the arrow, and then we can lower the ribber. And everything is good and safe. The single plate can come off. And we're golden. Now I like to keep my stuff in the lid so that it's not falling on the feet. I did notice that I am missing a bunch of bristles here, so I will have a chat with my local dealer and see if I can't maybe get a new brush for this poor thing. I will need to know which one it is. Okay. Now, tension 6 still on to waist yarn. Tension 10. Lower this back to tension 6 so you don't forget. Cutting generous. Removing all weights and then using the latch tool. Oh my goodness, what did I do? So I forgot to move the camera back after doing the stuff with the sinker plate. So I'm going to have to explain it to you. So what I did is I put in my waste yarn and I knitted, and I knit several rows of waste yarn in tension 6, went to tension 10, and now I'm back to tension 6 on the carriage. And I'm going to remove this with the latch tool after I remove all the weights. I am so sorry. Alright, so this is the dog sweater. This looks really, really big, but it's really, really not. There's a lot of stretch in this, and we're still adding ribbing around the sides, so don't panic. Now, this part will be sewn onto the belly band, which makes this go around my dog's neck, and it'll be a turtleneck, of course, so it will be form-fitting around her shaved neck. Come back tomorrow and we will knit the belly band, and then we will start sewing together the belly band to this piece, and then we will do the collar. I don't see it taking very long for the belly band to get knit. There's only 2 places where we put yarn markers, and then it's time to sew it. So, in tomorrow's video, belly band and collar will be completed.